What is up guys, 101 back as always, and in today's video topic we're going to be talking about the Phenom, the Deadman, the Undertaker. So as we saw this year at WrestleMania, we saw Taker make his usual yearly appearance and successfully retain his streak for another year. But the difference this year from previous years is that Taker this time has actually stayed around a little bit longer. Last week we saw Taker on Raw in that 6-man, and we also saw Taker against Dean Ambrose on SmackDown, so back-to-back shows, and we have not seen Taker do back-to-back shows, let alone actually wrestling on Raw and SmackDown in years. So something a bit different, but something that it's been awesome to see. And then some news coming out in the last day or two, we heard that John Cena is carrying some sort of injury at the hands of Ryback that he suffered on the European tour, which brings up the question now, and again going back to reports, is Cena going to be able to compete at the upcoming Extreme Rules pay-per-view? There's not too many details on the injury at the moment, but according to reports there is actually a possibility that John Cena is not going to be fit enough come the pay-per-view. So if you believe what you read online, according to the WWE Wrestling News websites, one of the main reasons the Deadman was kept on WWE TV was to give the shows a little bit more star power due to CM Punk taking some time away. So now with the possibility of John Cena missing the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, the reports are now saying there is a chance that The Undertaker is going to be competing at the upcoming Extreme Rules pay-per-view. So if The Undertaker is going to be competing at Extreme Rules, then that's pretty awesome. You've got to assume Taker is going to be involved in some kind of rematch, probably the 6-man that we saw on Raw, so that being Undertaker, Kane and Daniel Bryan versus The Shield, and that would be kind of cool. But I've got an idea, a little bit different, maybe a little bit of fantasy booking that I just want to share with you guys. Now in all honesty, I'm not quite sure how possible my idea is considering we're in the PG era, but just give me a couple of minutes and kind of hear my idea out. How about instead of having the 6-man, we have Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Hell for the tag team titles, and have a rematch from SmackDown, Dean Ambrose versus The Undertaker one-on-one. But not just any one-on-one match. Keeping in mind guys, this is supposed to be the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, so the matches are supposed to have some kind of extreme stipulation to them. So how about The Undertaker versus Dean Ambrose in a Buried Alive match? Just think how cool that match would be for a second. We would get to see a match that we had not seen in WWE in years, and with the possibility of no WWE Championship match on the pay-per-view, you know, that is if Cena is hurt that bad, then what a great main event of the show Undertaker versus Ambrose would be to replace the previous WWE Championship match. Like I said, I'm not quite sure how realistic that is going to be considering we're in WWE PG, but like I said, a little bit of fantasy booking. Not only would Undertaker versus Ambrose in a Buried Alive match be really cool to see, but the possible outcome of the match would actually work too from a realistic standpoint. So how about Dean Ambrose defeats The Undertaker with some help from the other Shield members, burying the Deadman alive again. Not only would this give the Shield, especially Dean Ambrose, another huge rub from a huge WWE star, but it would also set up the perfect way for The Undertaker to depart WWE TV again. And not only that, but give Taker a ready-made feud for when he eventually returns. That feud wouldn't necessarily have to lead to a WrestleMania match, but maybe a rematch at the pay-per-view before WrestleMania, so normally Elimination Chamber. So Taker would get some revenge on the Shield on that pay-per-view, and then after Elimination Chamber, Taker would move on to his regular WrestleMania scenario. Like I said guys, a little bit of fantasy booking there, but for me it kind of makes sense. But keeping in mind we are in the PG era, I'm not quite sure a Buried Alive match is realistic at all. But like I said, just a cool idea I kind of thought of and I wanted to share with you guys and kind of get some feedback on. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think of my idea, and then maybe going back to the realistic side a little bit more, let me know if Taker is going to compete at Extreme Rules, what match you want to see with Deadman in, or if you don't think Taker is going to be appearing at the pay-per-view, then simply tell me in the comment section that you think Taker is not going to be competing. Nevertheless, hopefully you guys enjoyed my somewhat unrealistic idea, but I think an awesome idea, so hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing it. But until next time, this has been 101, thanks for watching as always, and I will see you all on the next one.